Hey, I'm Corelia. Welcome to the 30-day video blog celebrating the launch of my novel, The Purveyor. So in this video blog, I've spent a lot of time talking about The Purveyor, why I wrote it, what's in it. Probably spent too much time talking about myself. So I wanted to share just a little bit with you about some advice I've been giving some friends at work. I'm an English professor, so a lot of us write, and a lot of my friends are writers. But not all of them have been successful with publishing. And I know a few days ago I talked about how I sent out 3 queries, one for a young adult novel, one for The Admirer, the book that came before The Purveyor, and one for a romance novel. And I said, hey, I got yeses on all of them. Isn't that great? Look at me. Oh, it's so hard to be me, who had so many acceptances that I ended up at 3 publishing houses simultaneously. But the thing that story probably didn't say, and it should say, was that was after 10 years of rejection letters. I think if I counted up all the rejection letters I had between the ones I sent out when I was looking for an agent, when my agent was shopping the book, when I was shopping a book to independent presses, I think if I counted those all up, I would have at least 200 rejection letters. Quite possibly more. And that's not counting, remember, not counting the many people that I wrote to and my agent wrote to who just never wrote back because it wasn't even worth their time. So something I've been telling my friends at work recently is that if you're trying to submit your work for publication, and that's your dream, you don't even get to say that you started until you have 50 rejection letters. I've seen so many people painstakingly research agents, and that's good, you should, but pick like 2 in the whole world. Oh, I found these 2 agents who would just be perfect, and they submit to the 2 agents and they get rejected because that's what happens. That's the life of a writer, rejection after rejection, and then they quit. They get disheartened. They decide no one wants to hear their story. They're too old, they're too young, they're too dark, they're too light, they're too happy, they're too sad, and they give up. And because of that, we risk not hearing from some amazing writers. And one of those amazing writers might be you. So keep this in mind. You can't even tell me that you've started querying agents or you've started looking into publishers until you've got at least 50 rejection letters. 50 is just the bare minimum. 50 is what you need to start. It's like the writer's starter package. Don't even get discouraged yet because you got to have 50 to show you're serious. It's important to research the people you're writing to. It's important to send out your work carefully. Don't just blanket the whole world with query letters. But at the same time, there are a lot of publishers. There are a lot of agents. There are a lot of markets. And there are a lot of people out there reading. So don't give up. And remember that magic number. Don't even take it to heart until you've got 50. And then, of course, I would say keep going through the hundreds if you need to get published. So that's my little bit of advice for today. Thank you for listening to my 30-day video blog celebrating the release of The Purveyor. We're about halfway through the month, so in 2 weeks, I hope that I will be able to hold up a copy of that book right here in front of you and invite you to check it out on Amazon. Thank you so much.